So basically, yeah, that would be the best resource I think if you wanted to kind of look into that thing would be SBA.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so, do you take? Is it like a? Is it like that the round table up in the office? Do you have proposals and projections, things like that, or like a model or something, or what is it? What is that conversation like?
For with the SBA,
Yeah.
I think you could start out pretty simply, but yeah, they're going to want to know. Um, and I actually think they can help you in that area too, right? To kind of, they understand that a lot of people that enter business, especially small business, don't have the education, business education.
Mm-hmm.
So they can kind of help in that area too. But you do want to have an idea of, what you're going to sell or whatever, what you're offering, what kind of income you think you're going to be making, what kind of clients you're thinking of looking at. Um, kind of a prospectus
Mm-hmm.
of what you see the business being, what the goal is for the business as far as revenue, employees, non-employees, one employee, yourself, you, your wife, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just kind of a rough idea. They can kind of help you, from there. Um, Maybe give you some resources to help, and kind of bring it more into focus, and maybe some resources as far as some, like I said, grants or even a mentor
Yeah.
type guy, which
And
you know,
SBA, those that service, that's a free service.
yeah, yep. I don't know if they have like something that's like a level up or whatever, where they
Mm-hmm.
charge or whatever,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's free. They're government, it's basically like government assistance for small business.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
But
like
no cheese.
no cheese.
No cheese and no cheese.
Yeah,
Uh,
no
uh,
cheese.
uh,
And there's a lot of information online, as far as SBA is concerned, but I would just, me personally, just make a phone call, talk to the person, or go down there and find somebody to talk to, and
yeah,
be in their face a bit and
right.
tell them what you're really trying to get
Yeah,
to.
there's kind of nothing like, there's still nothing like the in person, the
Yeah,
face to face, the whatever,
yeah.
you know. I don't,
Hmm.
I mean, an email's cool or a message box is cool or something like that. It's kind of like, it's kind of like an SOS. Like if you were on an island and I don't know how you got there. That doesn't never seem to matter. But if
uh,
you're on the island and you draw in the big letters SOS in the sand, hopefully that helicopter, whatever, they see it. But that's like a
hmm.
message box because you can't. What I mean, that would be jacked up if you're on that island and that plane's flying over and you do the SOS and then you're waving and then they kind of come down a little bit, airplane, helicopter, and they go, "How'd you get here?" And it's like, is that part important right now?
Yeah,
Like he's afraid that whatever. But yeah, like whoever. Um um
yeah. I think the only thing you would have to, so obviously, I think the biggest thing would be, nobody copying. The, what do they call that? The It's called something. I can't come to my brain right now.
you're
But
talking
basically,
about
nobody copying what you do.
like patenting what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was a question I had too. I was like, can I patent the idea? Oh,
yes, there is a term for it too. Intellectual property.
okay.
So basically, um, so nobody's doing Facebook because Facebook did Facebook, right? So even the
Right.
guys that said, "Well, this is our idea," they were kind of shut out the business because he had already established what he was going to do, but he also had the brains behind it. In
Mm-hmm.
other words, he had the power to be able to do it. They didn't.
Right.
So whoever you bring on to the team, that's the coding guy, the guy that's the web guy, um, the design. I mean, obviously you have an idea of design and everything, but you have to have the guy that's capable of putting that on the screen, capable of building a website or whatever, the actual platform. He's got to be, the one you got to protect yourself from because,
Hmm. That's funny.
you know what I'm
That's
saying? Because that's
that's
what
how I
happens.
like naturally feel. But I'm like, man, I guess if something is a good enough idea, then you just can never be too careful.
Yeah, well, because the problem is the minute it kicks off, right? That's when people get greedy. That's when
Yeah.
when nothing's going on, then they're like, oh,
Right.
this is not going to work out. There's no problem with that. They are cool. And the minute it starts kicking off, they're going to be like, oh man, I can make some money if I just take this over.
But it
I'd be
is.
curious as to what the SBA would have to say, what kind of direction and questions they would have. If you presented not exact description of your idea, but an overall, they're going to have. I would think if they pointed you the right direction, they would have some pretty good information for
Yeah.
you.
Call the so and so's because they are blah blah blah. You know, and then it goes back to the conversation. It's like okay, so they'll okay